Welcome to Knowledge Share channel. In this video, we will be discussing about the difference between active and passive networks. It's a continuation of the previous two videos in which we were discussing about the classification of electrical networks. So there are many different classifications of electrical networks. So previously we have seen two different types of classifications. If you have not watched, please watch the previous video and come to this video. Else, if you are really very keen of understanding what is the difference between the active and passive network, can please proceed of listening this particular video. So in this video, I have clearly explained the difference between what is an active network and what is a passive network. So here, let us go into the topic. So just to have a small brief, which we have discussed, you can see that an electrical network will be having four different ways of classification. One is a linear and non-linear network. The other one is the bilateral and unilateral network. The third one is active and passive network. And the last one is lumped and distribution network. So if you take the third one, so here in this video I will be discussing only about the third one, which I have marked in yellow. You can see that. Okay, it is only I will be discussing about the active and passive network. If you are really interested with the previous topics, you can just see the videos which I have posted before. Okay, so what do you mean by active and passive? So as you all know, for example, what is an active network is nothing but, for example, if a circuit is having a voltage source or if it is having a current source as an energy source, then that particular network is called as an active network. Then what do you mean by passive network? For example, if a circuit has no energy source, no current source or no voltage source, then that particular network is called as a passive network. Okay. Then if you don't have any voltage source, what are the different other elements like resistor, capacitor? It has only resistor, inductor and capacitor combinations. That particular network is called as a passive network. Very simple to understand. So an active network is a network where it is having some source of energy. Okay, that particular network is called as an active network. It may be a voltage source or it can be a current source, whatever may be. What do you mean by passive source? A passive source is a circuit which doesn't have any energy source. It doesn't have any energy source. So that circuit is called as a passive network. So I will just explain with some examples. Okay. So in this video, I have given you what are the characteristics of what is an active network and the characteristics of what is a passive network. So if I just want to give you some few examples so that you can have some more clarity. So here you can see, for example, a circuit which will be having only either a voltage source or current source or both. So that particular elements are called as active elements. So if your circuit is having the active elements, then that particular network is called as an active network. It is capable of delivering energy to the external devices. So all the active networks are capable of delivering because it is having a voltage source and current source. What do you mean by passive network? So for example, the elements like resistor, capacitor, inductor, it will be just consuming the energy. So those are receiving the energy. Those elements are called as the passive elements, and if your circuit is having only the combination of resistance, capacitance and inductor, then that particular network is called as a passive network. The passive elements are nothing but resistor, inductor and capacitor, because it can just only receive the power, it cannot generate the power. It can receive the power and it can give it again, or it can dissipate. So that's why it is called as a passive element. Okay. Whereas in active elements, the power or energy can be generated. Okay, current source and voltage, the energy can be generated. So that's why it's called as active. So hope you're clear with the definition of what is an active network and what is a passive network, and hope you're clear with the difference between the two. I have given you some examples for your better understanding. Hope you're all able to understand what is the difference between an active network and a passive network. And going on, I am sure this video would have given you some idea of what is an active and what is a passive network, and with some examples we have discussed. Anyway, if you really like this video, please give a thumbs up to this video, and if you have any comments, please give some comments. And if you really feel that this particular video will be helpful to someone, please share this video. And if you really like the videos which I post on this channel, you can just subscribe to my channel, which will encourage me in posting more such videos in the future. So thank you, and see you in the next video. Thank you.